Everybody, welcome back. We're doing another Marvel Future Revolution video. Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, is recently come out in game. A lot of hype still surrounding her. People seem to be pretty excited. It's obviously still very early. We did a skills and gear sort of breakdown video. In this one, we're going to be looking at specialization, and we're going to touch on potential just because it's there and some people might be thinking about where exactly they want to spend it up front. So I'll do that one up front, easy, and then we'll look at the specializations to help give you an idea of what you might want to be looking at least early on. So if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord link in the description below. Hammer down on like buttons, all that sort of thing to help the algo. And one thing I want to chime in on, because I'm just coming from World Chat in my game a little bit, there were some people in there who, and look, I'm not, they were just very dogmatic / hateful towards some people based on their location, which I find very odd in so anybody who wants to play a Marvel game. Marvel is the embodiment of diversity. It is the embodiment of inclusivity, where it is sort of accepting of all different types of people from all walks of life and areas. So if you're out there and you like Marvel, you love Marvel, if you watch Marvel, understand that's what the basis of that brand is. It's, you know, all the way back to when Stan Lee starts, you know, in the early days of Marvel. It's always been about that. So if you're playing these games and you think it's not, you might want to look real deep inside, because I was going to say, don't follow me, don't watch me if you're one of those type of people, but I actually changed my mind and said, you know what, I want you to watch me. I want you to, in hopes that, I might be able to convince you to open up your heart a little bit and look at all the different people out there and accept them, just because it's a better world that way. I know you didn't come here for that, but it just happened, and it's sort of what I am at the core a little bit, and it bothered me, and I wanted to say something. So anyway, Scarlet Witch time. Let's get to it.
Bring me WolverThor!
All right, we're in training grounds. So like I said, I'll go to the potential first, because that's the easiest. Where's my potential? Oh, okay. So if you don't know how this works, basically as you go, these are lower, it takes a little bit less. There's 15. As you go higher, it takes more to get each level. 45, I think, goes up by 15 each time. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So, and you can get the lower levels as you level up. So now that I'm 110 or 115 or whatever I am, I can get all of these. So the one thing I will say about Scarlet's potential before looking at all this is it's all good. All of it is really good. The first one is probably the worst. You can see I haven't done anything with defense and HP yet. That's only because I'm trying to get to later levels, but the attack, I've maxed that out. The second one is actually pretty solid. Attack, defense, pierce, and crit damage. I like all of those. You can see I got an extra 8% of crit damage there, an extra almost 3% of defense, pierce, loving all that. The third one, not too bad. It's got attack and cooldown decrease. You can see I've already maxed my cooldown decrease. I'd highly recommend doing that. I didn't touch guard damage yet. I don't know. That'll probably be one of the last ones I go into. That might be her worst one. Guard damage isn't bad, but I don't know. I'm not going to lean into that yet. And obviously attack is always good. Now the next one, this is probably the god level, meaning you want to max this one all the way across between attack, stam, and cooldown decrease. I'm going for my cooldown decrease first, which I just got, and then I will go to my stam next. I just wanted to make sure before I did that. And so I'm going to go at my stam recovery next to make sure that my cooldown and my stam is just constantly at peak. So all of these I like. And then the last one, also pretty solid. It's not amazing, but it's solid. You still got attack again. Defense is never bad. It'll probably be one of the last ones I build up. Actually, that will probably, I don't know, between that and that guard damage one will probably be the last ones I build up. But accuracy rate's also good. So I like that that's in there. You don't, I think this might be the only one that's got accuracy rate in it as far as potential goes. So that's how I'm building it. The first one I got through attack. Did all three of those. I liked them all. This one I did cooldown and some attack just because it was a little bit a lower attack. And then I started cooling off an attack and focusing on some of the other ones that I liked a little better in the last two. And that's how I'm going to finish the potential. Now let's look at specializations. So I've done nothing for these specializations yet. I'm not going to sit here and have you watch me level these up. These little ones, you got to do them. You just got to. Now, we're going to find out here which way we think we might want to go a little bit. You know, there's a number of items here. We got 4 in the upper left. We've got 3 in the bottom left. 2 in, I guess 2 in each direction here. And then 3 to 4 in the upper right. So let's start off in the upper left and sort of work. Actually, let's go around clockwise because that probably makes a little bit more sense for most people. So going up, the first one here, increase all damage dealt to supervillain for 8 seconds when Hex energy. Now, this is in my mind a very PvE oriented one. So I don't know if I'd go that direction quite right away. But it's not a bad ability. Increase all skill damage dealt to enemies by 3% and required stamina by 3%. So, that's interesting. So as you build that up and the required stamina by 3%, increase all skill damage dealt to enemies by that and the required stamina. The way I'm reading that is it's you hit harder, but it takes more stam to do it. So that's one of those trade-off ones, and that's probably why it's got that. I don't know if I love that one quite so much. We'll see. Increase damage dealt to immobile target or target with status effects. I like that one quite a bit. You're going to have a lot of status effects on people, whether it's PvP or PvE. So I could very much see myself wanting to drive to that one. Now, if I'm wanting to get to that one, which way would I go first? You know, I'm probably going this way just so that way I know I can, you know, maybe get the one over there, but we'll see. Okay. So then let's look at this red one. This is the one where it increases movement speed. Increase movement speed by 2.5 seconds. Well, let's not worry about the percentages because as you level them up, things get better. Increase your movement speed for 2 seconds when a dodge skill is used and your movement speed increase effects. And it decreases cooldowns of all skills. I like this one a lot for all different game modes. So for that reason, I'm probably maybe, you know, when I'm going for this yellow, I'm probably coming up and, you know, circling this way because I know... Well, actually, no, because you don't need to get the orange. You don't want to work through the orange to get that red. So I'll actually table that. But I definitely like the idea of coming over here and getting this red. So far, we want to come up, get to the yellow. And we want to come up and get to the red. Let's see, what about this yellow? Recovers stamina by 3%. This one, absolutely. So I would probably come here, circle this one, and then come up and then work my way to the red. The orange one here becomes immune to status effects for 3.5 seconds when using a witchcraft skill. Some people are liking witchcraft. I have yet to decide how much I like it. It might be an in-between one. If you think you're going to go for witchcraft, this isn't bad, but how often do you have status effects? Now, this is probably something that you're looking at more in PvP, and again, it's very situational. To get it all to line up, I'm not sure that I'd go into this one. As much as I think it's neat, I don't know if I'd go into that, so I'd probably skip that one. Fires magic that spreads to 5 enemies and deals damage equal to a certain percentage of attack and inflicts silence for 2 seconds when using witchcraft. This one I like. I think that, again, it's PvP related, but I think it's pretty solid. It's good, you know, if you're coming here, you want to do the yellow, maybe swing down here and grab this purple. But that's not bad. Again, it's very PvP oriented. I don't see us being able to silence bosses, but critical hit applied to all skills for 2.5 seconds after 3 max damage hits. Now, it's a 21-second cooldown. I don't like things that you need multiple things to line up on. This is one of those things, and the max damage hit, that's something that's controlled by RNG. I don't know. I'd have to look at the stats, but let's just say you can get the I guess if your max damage is actually maxed out where you're getting it every single time, this is kind of neat. But again, your critical hits is only going on for 2.5 seconds. So for that reason, I'm probably skipping this one. Interesting concept. Given that it's a 21-second cooldown, I don't think I care about it that much because I just don't see it landing or being able to be used often enough. And then even when you do get it, you've got a very short window to get those critical hits. What if you're running around and you're not at somebody and you only get 1 extra critical hit off and you're using a specialization for that to get 1 crit? Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that. And I'd recommend that you wouldn't either. Chaos item, increase max damage rate for 5 seconds when using a chaos skill. I like this. I think that regardless, you're more than likely going to have at least 1 or 2 chaos skills in there in your build. there's only, I mean, that's the max you can get anyway, but I like getting your max damage rate up. So for this could fall in as a spot like, you know what, I like that one, I'm gonna get some more damage here. But you know, so far these in this corner, I'm not necessarily loving the bottom section. This one maybe, but I'm not stressed about going bottom here. We just did the max damage one. All right, so let's look at the purple one here, or actually let's go, no, let's keep going on the same path here. Increases target skill cooldown when attacking a target within 5 seconds after using a chaos class skill on target that has status effect. Hold on, let's read that again. Increases target's skill cooldown when attacking a target within 5 seconds after using a chaos skill on a target that has a status effect. So if somebody has a status effect, step 1, and you've just used a chaos skill, within 5 seconds of that chaos skill, if you hit them again, their cooldowns increase by X, whatever how much you've got that built in. So it's 3 steps there, which I don't know I love, but if you use chaos, they've got using a chaos skill. So no, they have to have a status effect, use chaos, and then hit them. So this could be very cool. This could be very nice for anything PvP related. You need to make sure to practice this one to make sure you get it right. If you do not figure out how to do your rotation properly and when to properly execute this, it could be problematic, and it's a 15-second cooldown. So you want to be paying attention to that, but it is very, very cool. I do like that ability a lot for PvP. All right, when attacked while, I like this one. I remember this one, I think. When attacked while HP is 50% or lower, it creates a magic explosion that deals damage equal to whatever percent of attack, inflicts confusion on attack target for 3 seconds. It's a 12-second cooldown. It depends how big the explosion is on how much, whether I'd like this or not. If the explosion is small and you really can't get people confused very often, then I don't know if I love it. It's got to be a decent range on it. Otherwise, I'm probably skipping this one. All right, so we talked about that one. All right, increases status effect accuracy rate, and I like this one. I just think it's good all the way around. You want all of this, and then you don't have to necessarily worry about some accuracy stats on things. So, you know, I like that very much. And then I think we talked about that. So, you know, there's some decent ones out there. There's some ones you can skip. I don't love this kind of bottom direction, I guess, where we're looking at these. I think they're interesting, but it's just not, it's not doing a ton for me. So I'm probably going to, man, oh man. This one is an absolute. That one's pretty good. So that's 2. Don't know if I like that one. This one is 3. And then, and then it's situational. I mean, I like that one. That's 4. That's a 4, you know what I mean? So that's when you're like, you actually have some other ones you can use, and that, which is what I like, frankly. And this is another one, depending on it, that you could use. This is another one that you could use. So they've got some stuff in here. It's going to take some testing and some tweaking, and you know, that's the stuff that we love about these things, in my opinion, so that you can actually start figuring that stuff out and testing it and seeing what you like best. So that's where I'm at. This is your breakdown for sort of that specialization. We'll decide as we test. Anybody who's telling you this is 100% the way to go, unless they have wailed their minds out, done insane amount of testing, they don't know. You know, that's why I've said some of these are from the developers recommend, because their developers might be right or wrong, but they've done more testing than anybody. So listen and go research out there, listen to all the different content creators, see what they're all saying, try to gather information. I'd love to hear from you guys, what you're thinking. Discord link in the description below. Hammer down like buttons, click notification bells, subscribe, all that sort of thing. Be good to each other. Love you all. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.